Welcome back to another episode of Handy Hannah Home Improvement, episode 2, and the very first Quick Tip Tuesday. So I'm working on painting my living room, as you all know from episode 1, and in order to do this wall properly, I really feel that I need to go ahead and remove this molding underneath the staircase. So to do this and to do it properly and so that I get the piece off in one piece is really a pretty easy process, and that's what we'll go over today. So for today's project, you're only going to need a few things. First off, always go for safety. I've got my safety glasses on. I highly recommend that you use them as well. Anytime you're prying something off a wall, there's always a chance that something will fly at your face, so protect your eyeballs. Next up, you're gonna need a hammer. Mine is an Estwing hammer, 16 ounce. My dad, who was a very handy man, researched this hammer and gave it to me as a gift, and it's my favorite tool, I have to say. Next up is a flat pry bar. It doesn't matter what brand, it doesn't matter what size, just make sure that it's flat so it can get behind your piece of wood. Mine is a Cobalt 12-inch flat pry bar. And lastly, you're gonna need a utility knife. So mine is a Stanley Fat Max, and just so you know, all of these products are going to be linked to their Amazon page or Google Marketplace page, wherever I find them online, so that you can go check them out yourself down below the video in the description. I just went and recorded a whole section of this video and didn't even press record, and it was a good take too. Oh my gosh. Anyway, first step of this project is to take your utility knife and go around the edges of the molding that you want to take off. Now, as I'm cutting this, I can see that this particular piece of molding, along with the stairs and the stair railing, was all painted at the same time. So that tells me that I'm going to have the risk of, when I pull this off, pulling some of the paint off with it. In my situation, it doesn't matter much because I plan to strip and repaint this whole section of wood. But if you are concerned about pulling up the paint maybe on your wall, if you're working with a baseboard, it's really, really important to use this utility knife and do this very first step. So I'm just cutting along the seam right here so that when I take this off, I don't get a peeling paint effect. If you're dealing with a baseboard, you're definitely going to most likely have to do a cut right here along the seam that meets the wall. This is pretty much free of the wall already. Go ahead and get that one spot right there. You can see it give way pretty easily. And actually, it's already starting to come off the wall. So I'll finish this up and we'll get to step 2. Okay, so now that I've gone ahead and completed step 1, we're going to move on to step 2, which is using our crowbar, flat bar, pry bar, whatever you want to call it, and our hammer to get up and behind this piece of molding here. Now I have it easy, I've already got a gap behind it. But what we're going to do is we're going to lightly tap. If you look at your piece of molding and you can see where the nails are, it's good to aim for those nails right where the gap of your pry bar is. So you can see right there, I've got a gap in that pry bar. And if we aim to get the nail between there, it'll be a little easier to pry the nail and the piece of wood off without damaging one of the two. So I'm just going to take this to the wall, and I'm just going to lightly tap with my hammer at the end of it. And what that's going to do is it's going to shove this up between it and the wall, and then we're going to lightly pry along the entire piece and slowly remove it from the wall. There's step 2 complete and done, and we have our piece of molding off of the wall. So at this point, it is flat on the back, we can see, pretty clean on the back as well. So stripping this and cleaning it up and then staining it to match the rest or painting it to match the rest is really going to be a pretty quick job. Looking forward to seeing you guys at the next episode. If you're in North Carolina, stay cool out there. Hopefully tomorrow, Tuesday, when this comes out, it's actually in the 70s like it says it's going to be. All right, y'all, have a great day. Thank you so much for watching episode 2 of Handy Hannah Home Improvement, and I hope you will click subscribe and give this video a like. Leave me a comment. I really enjoy talking to you all. So I had a couple of comments on my first video. It was nice to hear from you guys, and glad to see you're watching the videos. So thanks so much. I'll see you next time. Have a great day.